2007, I met a woman at a gas station. And that meeting changed my life. I was 33 years old, and I was the first person who believed in me that I believed. I had just moved in with my family in Holyoke, after some rough times in New York. At the time, I knew little about Holyoke except that it appeared that most people around us were poor. A large Hispanic population separated by more affluent whites by mere place. I disliked Holyoke, but I loathed moving back home with my parents. When I left home in my late teens, I vowed never to come back. I thought that I could do better than my family. I was more demanding. I wanted more for myself. And I was upset, and I assumed that my family and my friends had meekly accepted their place in society, and I couldn't have that. Lisa, the woman I met at the gas station, she explored these issues with me. She always found a way to make sense of it and how I was feeling, and to get me to think deeper about these issues. And she'd say, "Tell me more about this, Ruben." She forced me to think about all the factors that affect how we think, about ourselves when we occupy space in society, and how those things inform our thinking, and in my case, thinking small and thinking poor. It was a contradiction between my thinking and how I felt that she helped me with the most. My parents always worked hard, but they never seemed to achieve financial success. They weren't part of the American dream. And I couldn't identify any other reason for their failures except that it was their fault. They just didn't do things the right way. I can understand how easy and tempting it is to blame the individual for not being a productive member of society, or to accuse whole communities of being a drain to city, state, and federal funds. The alternative is much more difficult. It requires self-reflection and awareness, recognizing institutional injustice, and rethinking our priorities as a society. Those are hard things. It also requires a will to imagine solutions that contribute to a better good, a more inclusive society, where the individual's contribution is a specialty that makes it unique. And I believe that if we had an inclusive society, one that acknowledges our differences and respects them as much as we do our commonalities, then we would be less likely to accept injustice and more forcefully repudiate it when we see it. What I have seen in the world I come from is unconscionable. I saw detachment and contempt, abandonment and ridicule, neglect, abuse, punishment. I saw communities economically decimated, and their people fighting for scraps. I saw friends consumed by drugs and alcohol, and I've seen those friendships end on drug overdoses 3 times. And a man who once taught me how to make kites, he was found dead, gunshot wounds to the face. And he was a good kid. You know? And even through our social neglect of entire communities, I saw powerful people rise and be heroes for the ones they love. Compassionate, driven, loving. I saw broken families, but they were powerful in their divide. These are poor folks. And real poverty bequeathed to them from previous generations. Behind all the injustice, I saw the myth of the American dream. That if you work hard enough, you get anything. That's not true. That hasn't been true. I'll give you an example. My father, he moved from Puerto Rico to New York in the time after Puerto Ricans were leaving in droves. He worked in New Jersey as a migrant worker, picking strawberries. He worked as a bartender on 34th Street. He had a vegetable and a fruit cart in Brooklyn. He had a hot dog cart. He owned both a small bodega and a restaurant called Ruben's Place, and they both failed. I watched him wipe the sweat from his face and sigh when it was slow, and the customers owed him money didn't show. He worked hard his whole life. I worked with him here in Massachusetts in a factory that printed in some tubes, 12 hours a day. And they would have 120 of those containers popping out in a minute. You have to pick them up and put them in a box for 12 hours. It was torturous. And my father was still wiping the sweat from his face. He was almost 70. I would eventually register for school in 2008 because of Elisa and her insistence and her whole network of friends. And my father questioned my decision. Why don't you get a job? But at this point, I didn't want to do any more factory work. I already saw my future. I was looking at it. You're too old to go to school. And your mother tells me you're volunteering at a GED school and they're not even paying. And he went on to accuse me of being a fool, trying to be different, of fighting the natural order of things. That's very powerful when you're poor. And all you can expect is that's it. That's your life right there. But my choice was simple. Do I acknowledge and accept a predestined past that leads to a mediocre life? Or be like my father and work till I'm 72? Or do I reject it altogether and build my own path? And what does that mean, really, when everything that you know is in this path, you know? I chose that. It took me 5 years to get my associate's degree from Holyoke Community College and a bachelor's from Amherst College. That's crazy. Just put it in perspective. But my education actually took much longer than that. There have been years in the making. There were many people involved, and I often refer to them as an army of people that cared and shared my happiness and pain. People like Elisa who encouraged me to do more and want to be more. My life was a mess before I met Elisa. For the whole of 2007, I prayed every day. This is not an exaggeration. I'm not saying it because I prayed every single day for a new life, a better life. When I was homeless in New York after my daughter was born, I quit playing pocket billiards, which is what I did to make money. I wanted to do something more worthy of a father than being a hustler. I hustled. That's what I did. I played pool, 9 ball, 8 ball, 1 pocket, you name it. And that's how I lived. A few times I considered killing myself. I mean, it's a little laughable nowadays. because I'm in a different place. I've met so many incredible people, and I feel like my life has some worth now. But I wanted to jump in front of a bus. I almost got hit by an ambulance by accident. And the woman that was driving, she stopped. She was like, "Oh my God, are you okay?" No, I'm not okay. I'm not okay. And she took me to a hospital, and I met someone and talked, and I felt better. And the truth is, maybe I just wanted to be heard. Maybe I just wanted to talk to someone. Maybe I didn't want to be invisible anymore. Another time, I was sitting on the stoop in front of a building in Manhattan, smoking a cigarette, and a homeless man had a shopping cart full of plastic bags, and just his whole life in it. And I was smoking a cigarette. I had $12 to my name. I had no place to go. And I have no idea what I was doing in that stoop. But the man asked me for a cigarette, and I was angry. I was angry that I was homeless, and I wanted to say so much to him, like, "Why don't you get a job or something that I could show some difference between him and I." But all I could think about was, well, first I said, "No, I don't have a cigarette." But I said, "I'm also homeless." It was crushing to say that for me because I never said it to anyone. You know, like when I played pool, I'd win money and I'd buy clothes and sneakers and I try to look not homeless. And I'd shower in the sink in the restroom, and there was no one in the pool hall. It was open 24 hours. I mean, I think about it now, and it's crazy that actually happens. And the man said, "Would you like a sweater? It gets cold out. It gets cold at night and on the trains. And would you like a pillow?" That's crazy. You know, that's... Ultimately, I did give him a cigarette and we talked. And he told me about places that I can go and sleep and eat. And he was articulate. And he was compassionate. And smart. And so willing to give. And I was being petty about a cigarette because I had $12 to my name, and that would be a pack of cigarettes. My being homeless came from a decision I made earlier in my life. I chose to play pocket billiards. I spent my 20s sleeping in a boiler room and under a pool table. And I think that's where my education began, as a pool player, hustling. I learned a lot about people and about myself. I learned about the game of pool. Pool is like a microcosm of life. I learned how to win. I learned how to think critically, to calculate and take risks. I learned that some risks are worth taking if you have nothing to lose. You just have to do it. You can't possibly get any worse. You know? And I learned that no person can do for you what you need to do for yourself. Because the act of performing, of executing your own personal plan is a personal endeavor. And you need to do that. So when you have people like Elisa that comes along and says, "How can I help you?" Because I have something to work with. It's a common narrative in American society that it's the fault of the poor for their condition, who choose to not go to school, who choose to not work. who choose to commit crimes. It is a narrative that's repeated always, but we have a responsibility as a society to push back. Like that's our duty, because we know it's not true. We all need to think like Elisa, the woman who believed in me, who helped me, and like the army of people who were by my side. That should be a model of citizenship, of choosing inclusiveness over quick judgments. Well, that's citizenship. That's what we need. That's what we should have. That's what we should strive for. That's what works. And I know that because it's worked for me. Is it fear that prevents us from addressing the root causes of poverty in America and the way we treat those people? Is it fear? Is it the level of difficulty? Because the fact that I stand here before you is not just a testament of my will to write a new narrative for myself. It's a testament to the work of incredible people. So many of them, professors, friends of friends. And surprisingly, the people that you expect to help you, that you feel that there is an obligation, they're too stuck on thinking small and they're thinking poor. And a person like my father, who his whole life has worked so hard, it's hard for him to say, hey, try that. Because he tried. Think about how devastating it is to a society to continue to marginalize whole groups of people. Like, what a loss. What a waste. The talent, the skills, the ideas, the potential in abandoned parts of American society. American society. Simply because we have a preconceived notion of what they can do, what they can contribute. Those people. Not based on facts, but on perceptions and value judgment. How much better would we be as a nation if we empowered rather than made powerless, if we gave voice to the voiceless, if we actually heard them and heard their stories of triumph and perseverance? What would the effects of the contribution be to society? How much better would this nation be if we truly were inclusive? There are thousands of Rubens in America. Thousands. Next time you meet someone who does not fit the mold, don't pity them. Don't patronize them. And certainly don't put them in a box and discard them as hopeless. Because they have their stories you're not privy to. That's big. They have stories you don't know about. Things that happen. So when we vote, we can say, hey, I remember this guy. This might affect that guy. They have stories that no one knows about poverty and about pain and suffering, that is part of the American experience, that we don't talk about because it's ugly and shameful and it's difficult to fix. I implore you to be open and welcoming. And when you hear people say, those people don't like to work, those people are criminals, witches, living off the dying, I want you to remember. I want you to remember that homeless man. I want you to remember people like Elisa. I want you to remember that how you respond determines so much, and that each of you have the potential to alter someone else's life dramatically. And lastly, I want you to think about how many other Rubens you want to leave behind. Because when you ignore it, when you don't speak out against it, they're the problem too. I figured, think about that. Thank you.